What's up, guys? M. Jones back in the house again on a beautiful Friday, May 17th. Doing a series right now about top 10 things dealing with movies, whether it's top 10 comedies, top 10 dramas, and so forth and so forth. But the first one I want to do, that is today, I want to go over my top 10 movie pet peeves. Whether it's what's happening in the movie, whether it's happening when I'm at the movie theater and the audience, anything that bothers me that deals with movies, whether it's in or out of that movie. First thing I want to talk about, the first half of my list. I have about 10. I'm going to try to keep it at 10, like I said. But the first 5 I want to talk about are the things that drive me nuts when I'm at the theater. You know, I'm a pretty calm person, but there's just certain things that'll piss you off as a movie viewer. And as a respectful movie viewer, that's the most important thing. The number one thing that drives me up the freaking wall are punk-ass kids. Here's the thing. When I was a kid, I went to the movies with my buddies. I'm sure I made a little bit of noise. And I'm sure we tried to think we were cool. And I'm sure blah, 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 blah. But nowadays, there's so many more distractions with cell phones, with text message notifications going off, with phone calls going off. When I was a kid, we didn't have any of that stuff. When I was growing up in the 90s, we didn't have cell phones that we would take in the theaters. I never got a cell phone until I was like 19. So when I was a kid, I never was that nuisance in the theater. Now, any movie you go to, there's freaking cell phones going off, they're giggling, they're laughing, they're throwing shit, always throwing candy, always throwing popcorn. I just have no idea why they think that's cool, because it's a pain in the complete ass. And you know, I don't understand why they have to leave all their shit on all the time and have to constantly talk. It's like, you're here to see the movie. Like, everything you're doing is besides watching the movie. It just drives me nuts. That's my number one thing. I just cannot stand that. Everyone hates it, kids. Number 2, the cell phone talker. Okay? And it could be any age, from a little brat punk kid to your grandpa. They'll have their phone on them. They're supposed to silence their phones before they even, start the movie. Even the previews nowadays says, please silence your phones. It's only polite. And they just sit there, oh, yeah, okay. No, I'm not going to do that. So when the movie's playing, whether it's the previews or the movie featurette itself, they'll get like a phone call. It's still on normal sound. It's not even silenced, let alone or it's not vibrating, let alone silenced. And they get like all huffy and puffy. They're like, it's like they're mad someone's calling them, which A, how the hell would the caller know they're at the theater? And 2, if you're that annoyed, why would you not turn your phone off? Instead, they'll answer it in normal voice and be like, hey man, why are you calling? I'm at a theater right now. It's, dog, don't even answer it, because it's rude that you're answering. I can hear your voice over the actors and actresses. I hate that. And they think they're doing a service by saying, why would you call me in the theater? No. You are annoying everybody because you answered your phone and you're still talking out loud. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I think it's you're an idiot. Absolute imbecile. You're an imbecile. It drives me up the wall. I have no idea why they do that. Number 3, the quote guy. The guy who's already seen the movie and they took either their friends or other friends who didn't see it yet, or girl, whatever, I don't care. There's nothing wrong with being a quote guy when you're at work, when you're at the bar, when you are at your house, when there's no movie on, when you're at a barbecue, when you're at a sporting event, with your buddies. That's fun, because I know chicks hate it. My girlfriend, I don't think she likes it at all, which is fine. She's not supposed to. But guys, we love it. We love to quote funny movies. Most quotable movies I know of, Old School, Anchorman, The American Pies. Those movies I've always quoted. Office Space, all those movies. Super Troopers. Every guy that grew up in the 90s and 2000s quote those movies. Now, do we quote them when we're watching the movie? Maybe. But if you're at the theater and you're quoting the movie that you saw like a week ago, all those people, probably 9 times out of 10, have not seen the movie yet. So shut your mouth. It's annoying. Like, it ruins all the unknown for me. I haven't seen this movie yet, and you're quoting it. You're just tossed. You're gonna be like that guy from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Jazz, and Uncle Phil just tosses you out. Like, that's what's gonna happen. It's so annoying. No one likes it, but I'll tell you what, it's okay if you are at like a hangout and all your buddies have seen this comedy and the first person like starts quoting. That's fine. as long as everyone doesn't give you that look of disgust. But if you're in the movie theater and the movie's somewhat new and you've already seen it, 9 times out of 10, those people have not seen this yet. So shut your mouth and laugh accordingly. Okay. Number 4, the candy bag noise. Candy bag noise drives me insane. If you have Sour Patch Kids, Mike and Ike's, M&M's, anything that has the candy label, okay? When you're rooting around in your big bear claws and you're making that noise, that's actually louder than you even realize. It is so loud. Now, the popcorn crunch in the mouth, not too bad, but it's still like annoying. But when you have those Sour Patch Kids, or you have Twizzlers, or anything that your hand's going through that candy wrapper or that candy bag, it's making a really loud noise. And it's very annoying. So what you do is, before the movie starts, you bring your scissors with you. Absolutely, you bring your scissors, and you snip across, and then you just pull out very quietly. Okay? That's what you do. Because it's really annoying. Very annoying. Alright? So anyway, now the things that drive me crazy about the movie itself, about things that I think are annoying that Hollywood does. Number 1, entertainers / singers. Stop acting. Entertainers such as John Cena, who you all know from my last video, I cannot stand. Beyonce Knowles. Austin Powers 3 was ruined because of you. Jennifer Hudson. I can't think of the name of the movie you're in. Didn't like it. Stupid. Justin Timberlake. Friends at Benefits. Trouble with the Curve. Hate them both because of you. Just because you can smile and you're charismatic on stage does not mean you're good when they say action and then cut. You're annoying. You look like you're looking to take a crap somewhere when you're acting. It's annoying. No one likes those entertainers / singers that go to try to mainstream acting. You're never going to be even a B-list actor. It's annoying, okay? It's very annoying. Next one. In movies, when the blood looks so fake. It's like you put millions of dollars in this movie. Why not get the blood to look really good? If you're going to be in like a horror movie or a thriller or a murder mystery or a mob movie, whatever, make the blood look really good. I've seen some movies that the blood looks so good. For example, Quentin Tarantino movies. He makes the best movies with that. If you want just outlandish blood where it looks legit, watch Quentin Tarantino movies. They look so good with that. Also, bullet holes. In the movie Gettysburg, in the Civil War, all these soldiers killed. No bullet holes. No bullet holes. I guess they're fine. I guess they're perfectly fine. And that shit happens in like the GoldenEyes and the James Bond movies. Like, he's shooting you, you get shot in the face, no bullet, you're fine. No bullet, perfectly fine. All those stupid PG-13 movies, I hate that the bullet hole isn't really there. You know, I don't even need the blood to gush out from the bullet hole, but I want a legit, like, real authentic way that they're getting shot at. And if I don't see a bullet hole, it just doesn't count. It doesn't count. It does not count at all. I don't even care if it's comedy. If it's bullet hole, show the bullet hole. It looks cool. It looks real. It's like, okay, I'm watching a movie that feels real. I like that. We all like that. But don't chip us on no bullet hole and no real blood looking. Because I've seen some shitty blood. Some just blood that there's no way it would look like that. Like almost too pink. And it just looks like shit. No one likes that. It's like, well, that movie was good until that generic crap came on. I want real authentic. It looks way better. It doesn't have to be their actual blood. But just get some really good blood that mimics real blood. We want that. Okay. Next one. In movies, especially based on a true story, inspired by true events, if the actors are wearing makeup, okay? If it's based on true events, or it's based on a true story, and it's about a guy, guarantee, if it's not about some show, like some dancer or actor trying to make it on Broadway, he's not wearing makeup, okay? I understand the actor who's portraying the person, they put makeup on him to show more of his face in the theater, in the movie, but no, it's not real then. It's like, are you telling me We Are Marshall, the head coach of the football team, Matthew McConaughey, the guy he portrayed, wore makeup all the time to coach football? Are you telling me that? That's false. Absolutely false. And I understand that it's supposed to be like that for the screen, for the cameras. I get that. But when you're telling me that, General Robert E. Lee from Gettysburg, Martin Sheen's like, you know what? Robert E. Lee was a big fan of makeup. So let's put makeup and all that stuff on him before we do our scenes with Jeff Daniels. So I'm sure Joshua Chamberlain really liked the makeup too. I just don't like that. It takes away from the realness of it. It's if you want to be more serious and real, don't give the dudes makeup when it's based on a true story, because those are actual people they're portraying. Now for women, that's a completely different story. I think 8-9 times out of 10, girls wear makeup. That's fine. I have no issues with that. But dudes wearing makeup for just the screen itself, it takes away from the natural look. Okay? Don't do that. We don't like that. Next one I can't stand. Extras. Extras in the background. And especially since Blu-rays come out, you can really see the background. The worst one ever is Braveheart. If you get the Blu-ray for Braveheart, which I purchased a long time ago, you can watch the background fighting. They're not even hitting each other. They're not even close to each other. They're like this. Oh, like that. It's like, are you kidding me? There is no way you're even getting close to the choreography that they wanted. The choreography, I'm sure, was about a few inches closer to the face than the way you're hitting. And then the extras who overact, where they're like, oh, yeah, like they make these weird faces that no human being with a pH balance of 7 or a somewhat normal mind or someone who doesn't have senility yet would make. No one makes those faces. And then you have the extras that I always think are funny, the dumbasses, the ones who just go, and they just look around because they're told, just stand there, Bert. Just stand there, don't even do anything. Just stand there. Can you stand there? Oh, okay. Just stand there. And they just do that. And then they say cut, and they just walk off. They probably don't even realize they're supposed to get paid. I love those guys. Those guys crack me up. But they're morons. They don't even try to be like an extra. They just stand there. They're just a prop. And I think that's actually funny. But it is a little annoying. It's like, give me a happy medium. Like, you're not overacting, but you give a shit. Okay? You give a shit. All right. Okay, this part in movies, a lot of like Vegas-like movies, anything that deals with winning big money, gambling, lottery stuff, anything where it's high stakes, and the actor or the actress will say they'll win big at a slot machine, and all these coins come out, and they just pick them up and like throw them, like, oh my God, I'm rich! Everyone's stealing from you right now. You are no longer rich. Okay? Drives me insane. Don't throw your slot machine coins in movies. I think it's the stupidest thing. It's very unauthentic. If I was at Vegas or I was at Atlantic City and I won a shit ton of slots, I would get every one of those little buckets and put them all in and hire bodyguards to beat everyone off me. I absolutely cannot stand when actors throw up all their shit and then they lose their coins because everyone's stealing from them. Or when you get a whole briefcase full of money and they're like wrapped in the little pieces of paper that keeps all your bills together, and they're just like, oh, just tossing shit everywhere. And okay, first of all, they usually do that in hotel rooms. Okay, so when they're tossing the money up, I'm sure they're going to lose it in the sheets. They're going to lose it underneath a desk lamp. They're going to lose it probably from a maid. Like, I absolutely hate. Can't you just like hold it tightly, put it in the bank safely, and you have all that money? Like, oh, I just won $10 million. Woo, woo, woo. What'd you end up with, Bert? $38 because you threw it in the air and you couldn't find it. I hate that in movies. That drives me up the wall. Hate that. I don't understand why they do that. And probably another one that really drives me nuts, probably the last one that drives me crazy in movies, is when you're watching a movie and everything's kind of going real well, and the movie is usually like a drama. Not so much horror, because you expect a death to occur. But when it's like a drama, maybe a thriller, maybe a comedy, and, everything's all great, and then all of a sudden the mood completely changes. Everyone's hugging and kissing, but then they say cut. Then the very next part is some guy driving, and he doesn't have the radio on. Of course he doesn't. Of course he doesn't, because he can smell death. I don't like it where the guy's just driving. Oh yeah, that was great. Graduation was great. Jeff's going to do a great job. All of a sudden, Mack truck, boom, right in the face. Right in the face. I hate that. It's like I knew you were going to die. Like, I don't understand why they have to do that in movies. I want the unexpected to occur. And I'll tell you the best movie that I'm talking about where I didn't get any kind of notion someone's going to be shot and killed. The Departed. 2007, 2006 film when Leo DiCaprio, spoiler alert, gets shot right in the head right when that elevator door opens. I did not expect that. Even though the camera angle made you think something for a split second, especially if you watch it again, you're like, oh yeah, they kind of gave it away. The first time you see it, there's no way you thought Leo was going to get shot in the head by that bad cop that Matt Damon was buddies with. There was no way you knew it. See, I liked that. That made it. I remember when I saw that in the theaters, everyone was like, oh! Like it was like not even expected. But those movies where it's so telegraphed that someone's going to die. And I'm not talking about Final Destination. You're expecting that. But I'm talking about some drama and and everyone's like, oh, I don't think he's going to graduate. Oh, he did graduate. And then the guy goes home from his drive. I'm so proud of Mike. Boom! Gunshot going off. How would you like you can just tell that something's going to happen because just the way they're acting in the movie, the director did not telegraph completely that this guy's going to die. I hate that kind of stuff. And if you're thinking, how can you tell that? The next time you watch a movie, you'll remember me for this because I'm telling you, there's certain things that directors, producers do in movies to show someone's going to die when it's not like a horror movie. You can just tell. There's just something in the air you can just tell in a movie. I don't like that telegraph crap. I'm telling you, if you watch The Departed, they did it perfectly. Martin Scorsese did it perfectly with Leo's death. I'm telling you, it was good because I did not expect it. I like that element of surprise. But anyway, I know I kind of went off there a little bit, but I just wanted to get off certain things I just cannot stand with movies, whether it's in the movie theater or it's watching the movie itself. But anyway, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I will have probably more top 10s coming up in the future. But definitely want to show you what I like in comedy, what I like in drama, horror, action, all the different types of genres. But until then, you take it easy and K-bye.